Hello! Welcome back to Mother! Let's see here. What are we doing? We're getting Anna some levels. And we're gonna do it smarter this time because I was just recording an episode. I was just recording this episode. And, I was interrupted by a wonderful phone call. I was interrupted by a phone call that I don't regret taking at all. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Oh, I already saved. That's right. So, I saved in the middle of the episode. So, so what I did... So you did miss 5 seconds, basically. You missed me buying some bread. And, so that's why I have bread. And then also I gave Lloyd's, Franklin badge to Anna. So you missed that. That's basically all you missed. So, look, there's the first discrepancy from having had to turn off an episode while recording an episode. First ever discrepancy. I think. I don't think anything happened that one time I had to quit recording, Pokemon. So... Are my speakers on for some reason? No. Just that... my microphone was catching something and it looked like it was catching the battle thing, but it wasn't. So what happened in the episode that, like the 8 minutes of episode that that got deleted, was we went to... It was more than 8 minutes. We went to, the factory, and we were collecting things in the factory, and also leveling up, Anna. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna collect the rest of the... Not necessarily the rest of the items left in the factory, but as many of the items left in the factory as possible. The factory being, Duncan, not Sweet Littles. Sweet Littles, there's not a whole lot of things left to collect in Sweet Littles factory. And then also we encountered a crow on this side of the river that separates Mother's Day and Thanksgiving, which is always a fun little kind of mini glitch. It's not necessarily a glitch, it's just kind of like... It's just an oddity of the game. There's Anna. I level up for Anna. We want to be minimum 8 around the teens by the time we move on to the next part of the game. So I'm going to try and get the crow to show up again. There he is. So if you just kind of walk near this... I'll even let Anna try and attack. If you just walk by this river... Mother's Day enemies will show up. Which obviously is no use because they give you, like, very little experience, but, you know, it's funny. It's funny to me. Um, well, Lloyd is looking a little hurt. I think I'm going to life up a alpha him. He wasn't looking that hurt, but, you know, 16's 16. Significant. What the heck? If you saw that, which you probably did, my NES-topia window just went out of focus for like a split second and then came back. So, which KIGB has been doing when I've been playing Red. Okay, time to get my map back. Okay, yes. Scrapper, I think she wants to use... I've been using Beam on him. I think I want to use... I think that's what I want to use on Dr. Distorto, Beam. So, the thing with Beam is it's like, the PSI moves are basically Pokemon attacks, in a way. So like there's, it's more like Magic in a traditional RPG, but it's like, the easiest way to explain it is it's like Pokemon attacks, and each enemy has a type, like Pokemon does. And so, so like, robot enemies are weak to Thunder, right? But they're not that weak. Like, Thunder Alpha doesn't do that much, even against robot enemies. So that's why I have the two guys bashing the robot, because that would do more damage to Thunder Alpha. Actually, let's try this. Dr. Distorto, PSI, Thunder Alpha, Old Robot. Let's see what this does. And that's probably gonna... oh no. And Old Robot... yeah, that only did 9 damage. So it's not really that great. But that's... but it's still more effective against the robots than it is against like anything else, I think. Maybe it's not that effective against robots. I don't remember. So let's bash, defend. The two of them together should, plus the 8, yeah, should take out the robot. You know, would you learn something, one of those. Let's kind of yeah, let's get Anna's life up. And Lincoln's life up. Okay, that's good. And then, like, some enemies are weak against fire, and some enemies are weak against freeze, and some are weak against... okay, it's thunder, fire, freeze, right? And then beam is kind of like a catch-all. Nothing is not... The beam does like flat damage. So I'm gonna use beam against trap, which I may not have to. Yeah, I didn't have to use it. And 11 up. And I learned disable freeze beta. Okay. Cool. There is medicine in here. I can access it. And then there are 3 tablets in here, which are, I think you've seen me use these before. And one of them is bugged, but it doesn't matter, I don't care. They might have fixed the bug for this ROM hack that I'm using, which is a very minor ROM hack that, like, I mean, obviously you can tell that it's a ROM hack if you've played Earthbound 0 before, or Earthbound Beginnings, but, like, the font is changed, there's different, there's differences. The status tab and and there's a different translation is the words I was looking for. Activity tab, use, and then the speed tab we want Lloyd. Yes, speed tab. And this one of those 3 doesn't work. And I think it's the vitality tab. But the other 2 work. So go up here, back up here, because there's nothing else down here. And then go over here. And then this is about where the episode kind of ended, where I was interrupted. So, like, I could do this. I could do defend, please hit him. But it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But it's gonna hurt him bad. Like, it's not enough to instantly defeat him, but it's obviously doing a lot of damage. Because he's a fireball, and freeze does a lot against him. Because he's a fire enemy. Now, check. And then that should go into Lloyd's inventory. And then now he's got some really good weapons. Go. Yeah, we can go down this side. And then there's another bomb, but we can't actually speed this, or use this one. Although sometimes they'll drop bombs that we can use. Although enemies dropping items is really rare in this game. Like, it's really stupidly rare. Lloyd doesn't really need this, so we'll give this to him. And we might as well just bash this thing instead of doing it. Bash. We'll throw her into some scared to be stupid on that. Anna's experience is currently Interstellar. 555. I'm pretty sure that was the name of that movie. If you don't know what that is, it's that Daft Punk animated movie that was based off of the music of Discovery. I think it might have been based off of multiple Daft Punk albums, but I'm pretty sure it was just Discovery and told the story of like the music of Discovery. Like it was just like just Discovery in order, and it was really cool. And it's basically where like all the music videos go. That's why Discovery has a music video for every single song, is because they all come from Interstellar 555. But I could be wrong. Maybe it was something else. Pretty sure it was Discovery because aerodynamic comes off of Discovery, and aerodynamic has a part in Interstellar 555. Okay, so we're gonna go up here. Oh. Well. I'm gonna bash on the Dr. Distorto. I'm gonna work on the Dr. Distorto first. Just completely obliterate him, hopefully. Oh, well. That works. Sort of. Oh, well, Anna's dead. Well, the point of this is kind of to get Anna, you know, experience, so, but also at the same time it's to get Lloyd bonus, so we're gonna, use the breadcrumbs. Oh, no, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use the Onyx Hook to go back to Magic Camp and heal her there. And then heal Minton and Lloyd at the not yet. Sorry about that, Anna. I didn't, Anna, want to do that to you. I keep wanting to make a joke about that because there's a great pun in Earthbound about did Ant want to spoil it for you? And I keep wanting to make that pun, but it's like, it never works because it's never about ants when I want to say, oh, I didn't want to spoil it for you. And then that one time I wanted to do that, it wasn't funny. I'm just not funny. I'm just not a funny person. I think that's the wrong one anyway. think I need to go into the right one this time, not the left one. I can't remember, like, some things aren't weak to anything, but some things use certain things, so I don't know what that makes them weak to. Like, Ulrich's use thunder, because they're blue. Oh. Brain shock or hypnosis? One of those two. And also learn thunder beta. There we go. Brain shock is such a cool name for a move. It sounds like a frickin' like punk or like imagine like somebody a rock and roll band, but like whatever like offshoot of rock that used that one artist that drew Ratfink. I don't know if Ratfink was the artist's name or the character's name, but like Ratfink style art, which I think was punk. Punk used Ratfink. Maybe it was like rockabilly or some kind of punk rockabilly fusion. But like, yeah, that kind of art, that kind of rock. Brain shock would use Ratfink art. Ed Big Daddy Roth was the name of the artist. Yeah, Brain Shock would have like a kind of a maybe like a mixture of gorillas and rat thing look. Actually, that'd be a really good name for a band, Brain Shock. Like, I was just making jokes, but like kind of an acid rock. Is that the name for it? Acid rock? I feel like that's the name for it. I always had this dumb joke of, what's a good name for a metal rock fusion band? Like, metal and classic rock and roll fusion band. And then the punchline is Iron Ore. So, you know, Iron Ore is, you know, or you could even go even deeper and, you know, name off like an actual iron ore, like I don't know any names of iron ores, but I know bauxite is an aluminum ore, so you could say bauxite if you wanted to if you wanted to. Bauxite is a well-known metallic ore, so it's bauxite. But yeah, iron ore is actually so a long time ago I wanted to make an RPG in RPG Maker. It was like XP at the time because Windows XP had just come out. It actually hadn't just come out, but I had a copy of RPG Maker XP or whatever, and so I was doing stuff with it, and I had wanted to make sorry about that. I had all these brilliant ideas for like a crazy RPG that was like really weird and like very mother inspired, and all these like, it was more fantasy themed but had elements of like modern day. So instead of being like a parody, it was like a parody of, it was a parody of too many things to be a parody of one thing, and had too many references to be a parody of one thing. So it was more like a parody of RPG tropes in general, as opposed to Mother, which is like, oh, this is a parody of this is a parody of this is a parody of oh man, I'm already back in the line. This is a parody of Mother, which is a parody of Dragon Quest / Dragon Warrior, with tropes of other RPGs thrown in. Mine was like, this is like so many RPG tropes, plus a bunch of references to every other single game ever. Not literally. It was so I've probably mentioned before, but if I haven't, I'm Asperger's. I'm on the autism spectrum. I'm specifically Asperger's. And it was literally called Crazy RPG. And then it had a subtitle that mentioned my Asperger's. Because it was literally supposed to be like in the looked into the inner workings of an Asperger's mind, as in the entire game world took place within my mind. Where did I even go with this? Why did I say any of this? Oh, Iron Ore was a fictional band within this game, kind of like how DCMC is in Mother 3, and the Blues, I almost called them the Blues Brothers because that's who they're a parody of. The Runaway 5 are in Earthbound. So Iron Ore, and then this other band called We're the Robots, but Robots was an acronym for something, which is named after a song from Mega Man 9. Was the other fictional band in this game. And it's still a game I'm gonna make someday, in some version of RPG Maker. I'm gonna make this, like, and it's gonna have all these references to, like, early to mid 2000s era stuff. Because I have all these midis that I want to reference in it. And all these pop culture things, like, the first time I ever learned, I've never used it in my life, but, the first time I ever learned you can make a flamethrower with a blank can and a blank, was in the Watchmen movie, and and so one of the characters uses that as so one of the characters ended up becoming a one of the main party members became a improvised weapon user, and that's one of his weapons is a homemade flamethrower. So it's just all this dumb stuff. So yeah, and it's a long off in the future project, but someday I'm gonna have this RPG that's like got this literally just called Crazy RPG, you know, the mind of an Asperger's or something like that. I don't remember what it was originally called, but yeah. Yes, I would like to say. So, yeah, that was something I started in, like, high school or something like that. Maybe even middle school, that first formulated in my mind. Anyway, remember to reset while turning the power off, and I'll see you guys next time.